Yo, yo, yo. What's up, what's up, what's up? How is everybody doing? I did it. I'm committing. I put in the top right. My new retro game collecting goal. Full N64 collection. Wait, what's the warp thing? Actually, I think the warp thing was... Yeah. Real close to getting the one on the board, though. The first game to be beaten. I think I only have one level left of Banjo. One level, and then I don't know if there was a... Hopefully, I've never made it this far in the game. I remember it being such a big part of my childhood, but I never beat it. So I think there was one level left, but I don't know if there's like a final boss. Well, there is a final boss. I don't know if there's like a level before the final boss. Where the hell was the thing that... I think... there was an ice mount somewhere. Yeah, I think it was. I did all that backtracking to find the entrance to the level last time, but... I don't know. Wait, why is my avatar not talking? Hold up. Oh wait, I don't want to die. Hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Maybe I gotta just close the program. Test, 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 test. Okay, that worked. I think it's up here. I didn't know you could just do this last time, and I took a ton of damage here. I think I'm gonna play for a bit, and then we're gonna do the pattern self-raid to co-work for a bit before bed. Maybe we'll beat this level, and then we'll go and co-work. Apparently this is a long level, though. Alright. I hope this is easier than the Rusty Bucket level, though. Dude, I'm getting my butthole blasted here. How does this world work? Okay, so this is the main area. I think you have to select which season you want it to be. Let's go look at everything first. Okay, you can't access all the different worlds initially. That's the initial level area. Okay, cool. Let's do, what season is this? Spring? I don't even know what spring is anymore. It's supposed to be spring now, but we got snow like the last 2 days. Or last week. Okay. One. What's this? How do I get this? This guy just jacking? Okay, let's try this. I got the thing, but... okay. Ooh. I think though I'll probably only play N64 on stream. Just because it's too much hassle to move it between like my game room and my stream room. Who the hell is this goof? Does he... He looks friendly. Let me go talk to him. Get in his house. Move border. Collect eggs. I think I need eggs. Okay. Oh fuck, I got bodied. I shouldn't swear, I should say F. Oh, shoot. That related to something? Where the camera went made me think that it's something. Oh, come back. I have a tough decision though of the next game. The next game I want to get for N64. Because all of a sudden I'm really feeling like Paper Mario for some reason. I really feel like playing Paper Mario, but a copy of Paper Mario is pretty expensive. Dude. Dude, am I gonna die? Oh my god. Don't fall into there. I will say this about the N64 controller though. I do got me a case of the N64 hand. I've only been playing for a little bit, but my hands do be hurting. But yeah, I want... So I mean, I think definitely my next game will be Majora's Mask. Because that's just a game in general I haven't ever played, but... Dude, it's so tough to decide what game I want to get, because... I'm not gonna go to Mumbles yet. I can still look around. Cause I want Paper Mario. I want all the expensive games, man. I want Banjo-Tooie. Ooh, okay, maybe you have to do this. No, that doesn't kill it. How do you kill this thing? Okay, hopefully I don't need a GD for this. Those... Oh shoot, I thought I had already been through this part. Okay, this level is more... Oh dude, I'm already at 1 health. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get a musical note high score in this one. Pretty sure I'm gonna die pretty early here. Is it faster to swim underwater, or is it faster to... jump dash? Okay. Get this without getting hit. Well, what's everybody been up to? I've been climbing, or I've been getting back into climbing recently. It's so hard the first time you go back, because you can't do any of the levels. Because how the climbing gym I go to works is that it's, it's like in terms of colors, it's like red or... Oh my gosh, I got bodied. Did I kill that thing already? Yo, Berserk, what's up, man? How you doing? What you up to? Oh yeah, how the climbing gym I work at Or not work at. I go to works is like each level is by colors. So it's like it goes red as level 1, orange, blue. And yeah, I just kind of got... I used to kind of be able to do oranges and could clear most reds. But yeah, when I went back, I couldn't even do reds. My code just came in today. Your code? Wait, did you... Oh yeah, did you get it graded? Yeah, I thought you said you pulled it, so if you sent it away, did you get it graded? This is, I assume, your Persona 3 protagonist that you're talking about. What grade did it get? Give me the reveal. Oh, you bought a pack online on TikTok. Okay. I just sent it in the Discord. Okay, let's take a look. Oopsies. Did you put it in Discord? Fine. Oh, sorry, I misread your thing. I thought you said you had already sent it. Yeah, send it in Discord. I want to see it. I'm blind. I can't English. I want to see the real code. Yeah, I was wondering what you said when you were like, oh, it came in, because I thought you said you had pulled it. But you had done the thing where, people open packs on TikTok and then live stream it. I'm always scared of that concept. Of like, you know, the TikTok buying stuff. Because there was one time where like someone was pulling like I watched a clip where someone pulled like it was like a 10K code or something like that, 5K. It was like a sports code. It wasn't like a geek code. But like it was slightly off screen, so he could have seen it first, and then he totally could have like replaced it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I could have made that jump. But yeah, he could have like totally replaced it, right? Cause like his hand was kind of off screen covering the code, so he could have totally seen it and just swapped it out with something. In the clip I saw, and a lot of people in the comments were saying that he had integrity because he didn't do that. And there was like a debate in the comments of that like viral clip of like if TikTok like pack openers did that or not. Been buying packs on TikTok for a while now. Is there a reason that that you do it on TikTok? I don't know, it just feels... Maybe I'm old school. Maybe I'm not one of these new age Zoomer kids, you know? Isn't part of the experience of like opening it with your own hands, you know? You know? Maybe I'm just a boomer. And every time I open a pack, it takes me back to my childhood of opening up Pokemon code packs. But I feel like, you know, you're paying part of what you're paying for is for that, you know, nice pack opening. You know, feeling the crinkle in your hands, like a drug kind of. Because let me tell you, as a gacha player, I fully understand. You know, pack opening, even though I don't really collect codes. I fully understand, you know, the thrills of pack opening. If it's even like 10%, like Genshin, you know, I understand the gambling thrill. But I don't understand not getting that experience, you know? Because it's like, I can imagine paying someone to pull my Genshin pull for me. That's like taking away half the drugs of using it. Half the high. I don't know, it feels nice seeing everyone's reaction when I get a cool... Yeah, I guess, maybe I'm just too boomer to understand. What is this, I think it's just I might be too boomer to understand, right? Because, you know, not to go old man, but, you know, back in my day, we opened our packs. We didn't have these tactics that you kids have. Okay, coins. I'll just eat a few more. But yeah, I guess, like, you know, it does make sense of... It's kind of like opening packs with a bunch of people, I guess, if it's, And this does kind of align with something that is an interesting trend, of how people, in general, like content, and how people in general like content is consuming it with others. Which is kind of, weird, but that's why reaction channels and stuff are so, like, so big. That there's, like, something special about... There's something, like, special about, watching something, but then having someone in the corner watching it with you, or something. Because a good example is this, is like, I don't know if people know the streamer, like, Tarek. But he gets so much views for restreaming Valorant tournaments. And he gets more views than the official, like, Valorant broadcasts. Like, there's plenty of broadcasts that, like, if they allow restreaming, that restreamers, like, get more than the main broadcast. Like, if it's like, I remember, like, the main one is Valorant, that you see where Tarek gets more views than the official, like, actual Valorant games. There's other things. I remember, like, there was, like, an OTK event or something, which is, like, a streamer group. And... yeah, the, someone restreaming it got, like, more views than the actual main broadcast. So there's, like, something, like, people enjoy about just having a... of having, like, or experience something with people, even if they don't know them. People predict, like, sports are gonna go that way as well. get this? How do I beat this guy? I guess let's see in there. I'm probably gonna fall to the ground if I try to get that guy. But yeah, people predict sports are also gonna go that way. Of like, because you know, sports has been like struggling with viewership for a while. And people predict that, like, you know, there's gonna be like restreams of sports and stuff. And that's gonna be like a dominant way to watch sports. It's already happening because like, isn't like for football those like Peyton Manning or something watch parties and like I don't think I can get any of this. So, it's just so extremely interesting that, like, and this is one thing that, I know it sounds foreign to American, no, well, not North American people, but this is one thing in other parts of the world it's, kind of common, because I remember when I was in Japan, that you'd just watch Japanese TV, you turn on a random channel, be like the news or something, and then you'd like, you're like, okay, I'm just gonna watch like the news or some random thing. And then you look at the top right and there's just someone reacting to it. It's like a live stream, but it's actually official TV of like, there's the channel and then there's just some random small box on the top right of someone reacting to it. Yo, Tristan, what's up? Hey man, how you doing? Oh my god. Dude. I don't know how to get the thing. That was dumb. Raj reacts to it's a CNN report on a plane crash. Yeah, I mean, you say that as a joke, but when I was in Japan, right, and there was like the news and stuff, it would just be the regular news. And like, I obviously didn't understand what they were saying, but like, I saw some stuff that was like, looked pretty serious. And there would just be someone at the bottom right reacting to it. So that's not too far-fetched. Again, I think there was just like there's gonna be some very interesting trends about React content going mainstream, I think, in the next few years. And it's weird, I mean, and maybe it's already mainstream, maybe it's just weird, it's weird to us as, like, North Americans, but, like, other places already do it. I mean, and I'm even a victim, well, victim might be not the right word, but I'm also, like, someone who is susceptible to it, because, like, there's like streamers and YouTubers that like I will prefer to watch a YouTube video with them reacting to it than just watching the video straight. Like I think Indian things have like 500 things going by, like one stop of subway surfers. When they're talking about Massimo. Oh yeah, I never thought of that, because yeah, Indian news has like the bunch of things happening. And this is for a while, like that kind of Indian news meme thing is pretty old. But yeah, I didn't think about that. They're the original like Subway Surfer ADHD TikTok content. Yo, India did like TikTok, like had TikTok ADHD content before it was popular. I just realized that. Because they've always kind of been doing that. Oh yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I mean, like, I think in general in the next few years, like, it's going to be there's going to be a lot of strange things about like how people need kind of human connection, whether it be just watching reaction streamers instead of watching like a video alone. I think people are going to be really worried over that over the next few years. Because I saw something that was like, this is slightly related, but I saw something of like, Starbucks like was doing bad for a while, and they're kind of making a little bit of a rebound now, in terms of how they're kind of doing, because they made a bunch of changes. They made changes such as like they decreased their menu, which is just like, you know, a kind of business optimization thing. But one of the things that they started doing, which has had a noticeable effect, is they started like having people like do like personalized, oh my god, doing like personalized like messages, like writing down like a little something extra on your like on your order, and like drawing a picture or something. And it actually has had a noticeable difference in, like, people's opinion of going to Starbucks, apparently. You watched the Eddie Bobak video of him ditching his phone for a month? Oh, dude. That sounds interesting. I didn't know he had a new video out. I should watch that. That sounds super interesting. I do love Eddie Bobak's video. Like, there was like one, I think he was the guy who like lived in VO for like a while, right, or something. Oh no, the foaming content. Was the video good, Tristan? A great video essay. Okay, maybe speaking of reactions, maybe I react to it later. Speaking of reaction, it is the content meta, according to what I'm saying, so. I was kind of surprised by what wasn't a big deal. Yeah, I wonder what was and wasn't a big deal in that. I think I'm gonna watch that later. Cause yeah, like, it's crazy how just like phones have, well, there's been two major things that have changed how people have behaved. Phones, and then after phones, TikTok, have just, in general, just completely changed how people behave. I saw some graph that was like people's measured attention spans over the years, and like in 2008 when the smartphone happened, there was like an immediate downshift in people's attention spans. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Dude, I lucked out there. Okay, the ginger is there. Okay, let's... Maybe we don't gotta go to the top. Okay, let's do mumbles and then we'll go summer. Get away from me! Yeah, I saw like, I had a realization that like 2010 wasn't actually that long ago, but then roughly the last time I remember people not having smartphones. You say 2010 wasn't long ago, but man, that's 15 years ago, man. That's quite a bit of time. That's like, someone born in 2010 would be 15. That makes me feel old. 15 years ago, I know, but in terms of how much the world's infrastructure has adapted to smartphone, not much has actually shifted. Yeah, but like, I guess in a similar sense, right? If you go like from 2015, right? If you were in 2015, you're like, huh, 2000 wasn't that long ago, but like, people like didn't have Google in like 2000, right? It feels like a completely different time period, right? If you compare like the year 2000 to 2015. Do I have enough? Let's try another transformation. But I do get what you're saying though, of like that like it is only 15 years and like you can't imagine a world without smartphones. How do you rise up? Are you pooping stuff? Like, texting was a big change, yeah. Oh no, the, yeah, but yeah, 2015, I mean, it's hard to imagine a world without smartphones. I see what you're kind of saying. Did I make it to last time? Dude, this is what I needed. I needed to be able to break this open. Come on. This is so hard to do this. Come on, lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in here, lock in. There we go. Okay, I gotta make it up here to smash that door. Oh god, I'm gonna be so pissed if I die again. Yeah, but yeah, hard to imagine what life was like before phones and instant connections to everybody I know. But I very much alive and remember what life was like before I had a smartphone. Yeah, we're like, it's interesting because we are... we're kind of, I guess, the age group that went through everything, right? And so we've adapted to technology the best. Well, we'll see, right? We'll see how our age group reacts to, like, AI and everything, but... yeah, they're like... yeah... again, like, it's such a difference, again, that graph I was talking about of attention spans in, that immediately went down in, like, 2008, 2010, and then immediately went down again in, like, 2018 or 19 or something, whenever TikTok was, like, got popular. Just really fundamentally changed people, right? Because for the phone thing, right? I was actually listening to a podcast where, like, people talked about I wonder if the topic was because of the Eddie Burback video, but they were just talking about, like, how the behaviors with phones have changed. And they were, like, around our age, like, you know, the late 20s, early 30s, and they're like, oh yeah, like, they said things like, oh yeah, I just sometimes, like, just unlock my phone and just look at it and just don't do anything. I just unlock it out of habit. And I'm like, oh shit, I do that a lot. And he's talking about how, like, unhealthy that is, of, like, that type of behavior is like an addict behavior of, like, you know, you just unlock your phone just to do something, just to click an app, and you didn't really need to do it, right? You're just like, oh, I felt uncomfortable not unlocking it. I'm like, oh shit, I do that all the time. And all the 3 people in the podcast were like, oh shit, I do that too. And it's like, oh my god, I missed that jump. I'm literally never gonna make it back. Unlock my phone for the sweet sound of unlocking it, yeah. I do that too. And it's like actual addict behavior. It's like how an addict reacts to like... And now every time I do that, I just can't stop thinking about that. I'm like, this is like literally how an addict reacts. But here's the thing, there is just so much correlation to life improvement having your like phone away from you. God damn it. This game is actually hard. Because like there were studies of like people's attention spans. If they were given like a task to do, people's attention spans increase directly proportional to how far away their phone is from them. Like, so if their phone is like on the table next to them, even if they're not allowed to touch it, their attention span is worse than if it's like 10 feet away, on like a table that's like 10 feet away. Their attention span is better, but it improves drastically if it's like extremely out of sight. It's kind of crazy that like there's a really direct proportion to attention span with proximity to your phone. And it's like crazily proportional to distance, right? Like, obviously part of the experiment was like, part of the experiment was them knowing how far away the phone was. Like, they had to place the phone a certain distance away, but like, even if the phone was like right outside the room versus if it was like 2 rooms away, there was like an impact of how what someone's attention span was like. And I actually tried it, and I like noticed like a difference as well. Of like, I put like during work, I put my phone on like my kitchen table, which is like only 1 room over, but still like I have kind of like an open house, so I can kind of see it. Versus like if I put it like in my basement, and I would notice I would be like easier to be more attentive if it was in my basement. Okay. I got this. Now I have to go down. I think there was... Wait, was this not the right room? Am I a dum-dum-bum-bum? I might be a dum-dum-bum-bum. Guys, I might be a dum-dum-bum-bum. Was this the wrong tree room? Oh, guys, I'm a dum-dum-bum-bum. I didn't have to go all the way up, because I thought, I had to let the bee in here somehow. Okay, now. Is there water down here? I wanna... Do I go for the water? I don't want to have to go all the way down. Okay, where is the water? No water here. Dude, I can hit that. I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer. I can hit that. I can hit the water. I can aim for the water. I'm a gamer. Yeah, that's a gamer right there. Okay. Let's go get the Mumbo tokens. Oh, let's go turn into B. It would be cool to do a no phone experiment though. Just to see. Maybe it's like a detox. I don't know how Eddie Bobak did it since he's a creator, so he just needs to be online, right? That's the one thing, That's the one thing, that creators say a lot with their job, of, like, they have to be constantly online, especially, like, streamers who, like, need to react to stuff, right? They need to be constantly online, and it's like a stressor. Also, you had to help bypass the two-factor authentication. All good, you had to go hacker man. I respect it. But yeah, that's the, where is the little thingy where... I think it was here. I think I'm going crazy. What was the goddamn room where you had to hit the tree? Oh shoot, did I not open the door for it? I'm gonna lose my mind if I did the door for it. Speaking of phones being everywhere, what's your opinion on to recover your email when your options are send a text or call your cell phone? Like, buddy, the number was disconnected, that's the whole problem. Yeah, I often wonder about, like, just in general, two-factor auth of being like, hey, all your recovery methods are your phone. Right? Seems like kind of a... what's the word? A flaw. Semi-crazy, if you really think about it, about like two-factor auth or something like that, or recovery stuff, right? Which is essentially giving you access to everything. Essentially, your identity is having your phone on you unlocked. You are essentially a person, the same person, if you have their phone and it's unlocked. Isn't that kind of crazy? There's like not an amazing distinction between you having your own identity or someone having your phone and it being unlocked. Yo, Hat Knight, what's up, man? It's been forever, yeah. My streaming schedule has been a bit inconsistent as of late. But don't worry, you know, we all gonna have the Super Bowl of my streams, of the Leather Daddy stream at some point. But Hat Knight, how you been? I remember talking to my bank, like, why would you put my banking app and my password manager on my phone and use the phone as a second factor? Like, what do I do if my phone gets stolen and that's my whole identity? Yeah, of like... Also, like... For my banking app, the second factor is their own app. And I was looking around for it, and they don't let you use, like, Authenticator or something, which you at least can recover. Your Authenticator, right? Like, your Microsoft Authenticator, you can recover that with your recovery code. But if your banking two-factor is the banking app, then what do you do if you lose your phone? A bit non-existent, some might say. Dude, hey, Cat Knight, I'm just taking Nick's announcement hold, you know? Nick retiring from streaming. It's the end of an era. I can't deal with the change. I don't want things to change ever. I need to... It's actually sad, yeah. I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's part of, it's the natural flow of things, of generally, like, I think, over... Because I found Nick, I think, like, it must be 5 years ago now, I think. When was COVID? Or COVID was, like, 4 years ago? And generally, like, you know, just in general, content creators don't stick around for longer than a few years, usually. Well, I mean, I say this especially of having made a lot of content creator friends during the COVID era, right, who now no longer stream. It's kind of like, you know, a thing that... Because so many content creators started in the COVID era and then kind of quit after, right? It's the end of era. It's kind of really sad, because it's like, you know... It's kind of sad, because, like, Nick was the one constant. He was always there. I never thought it would happen to him, where he would quit. He's the face of data science on Twitch. How could he quit? And then it happened. I hope you guys get to meet IRL, dude. Yeah. Leather Father stream IRL. I always thought at one point it would happen, where we would do an IRL stream. Like, I would have some reason to, you know, be traveling in the US and go to Cincinnati and do an IRL stream. I always thought it would happen. But you never realize how short it can be. How instantly things can change. When they notified me when they were getting rid of phone banking, they joked that no one uses it except old people. And I tell them I use it because their app was so insecure. Unfortunately, you probably don't match the metrics. What is this? God, COVID takes me back, yeah. It's crazy how long ago it was. Oh, how life-changing it was, but how long ago it was. Still could happen. You have a handful of months. I guess it's true. I don't know. I just never... Nick was the one constant in the streamer world. I just never thought. Because obviously, I know a lot of streamers that have quit. But it was the one I never suspected. It kind of made me philosophical on life, Nick quitting, you know? Looking back of, you don't realize how little time you may actually have. You want to hear my conspiracy theory, though, Hat Knight? You want to hear my conspiracy theory for Nick quitting? Alright, here's my conspiracy theory. Here's my conspiracy theory. So he's quitting in October, right? October. I think he said his final stream was. He's retiring then. Where the hell is that room with the Jiggy? No, it was a top room. Okay. But October, okay? Now let's count the months, okay? Well, October, when his final stream will be, okay? March. That's 1. April. That's 2. May. 3. June. 4. July. 5. August. 6. September. 7. October. 8. You know what can happen in 8 months? No, here's my theory, right? Just the general math. You know what happens in 8 months? You know what can develop in 8 months? What can gestate in 8 months? My theory is Nick has a hidden love child on the way. That's my theory. He has a hidden data science love child on the way. I know technically the math doesn't work out because it's like 8 months, but I assume that Nick's sperm is like super optimized from all his data science that he's done. Like his sperm is like really optimal with its gestation, like, you know. Well, I don't know, I mean, like, I assume because it's really smart, you know, like, his sperm is like, you know, created like a data science workbook on how to optimize, you know, how to optimize the gestation. But that's my theory. The math lines up. This is a little bit of hot goss, but like, I think that it lines up that. At night, what do you think of the theory that Nick has a hidden data science love child on the way? And it was my second theory. Because I was in Nick's stream one time, and he was listening to K-pop. I think it's with a K-pop idol. I think a K-pop idol is the mother. That's why it has to be a secret. Because K-pop idols aren't allowed to heal their relationship. Or aren't allowed to publicize their relationships. I'm just saying the math lines up. I'm just saying. You think my theory is extreme? That Nick had a love child with a K-pop idol that must remain a secret. I feel like, you know, the math lines up. I'm just saying, Detective Raj did the math. It lines up. If he starts buying unscented lotion, that's a sign. Oh, is that how they got, like, the Toget? Was that the meme about how, like, they Toget, like, found out that someone was pregnant before they knew? Yeah, that's the target. Hat Knight, when you're in Nick's stream, look to see if he ever has any unscented lotion on his desk. It'll prove my theory. I think I found everything I could with this. No, I don't actually think. Well, I mean, like, the math lines up, I'm just saying, but... It's more, you know, I was detectivizing while I was, like, trying to piece together the clues of why now. I believe this is one of the stages of grief, of bargaining, or something like that, where I'm trying to justify what happened. So I think this is just one of my stages of grief where I come up with insane theories. But I'm just saying, you know, 8 months. The math is there. I was stunned at first when he said it. Yeah, I was stunned too, because, like, Nick was the one constant. He was last on my list of streamers who would hang up the belt So, how I'm coping with this is I'm coming up with very extreme theories of why this is happening. Such as Nick impregnating a K-pop model. Secretly. Denial angle. Denial angle, bargaining, conspiracy theory acceptance. Yeah, I'm in my conspiracy theory stage of grief. You know? The one everybody has? Yo, Rival, what's up? Flick Clock Word. Yeah, this is my first time ever playing this level, because I've never beaten this game. At the same time this year. A lot of my pillows in my life are starting to turn out at the same time this year. What other pillows of your life are changing? Playing game? Wait, let me try a banjo impression. Oh, wait, no, I realize I can't do impressions. But yeah, this is my first game in my quest to collect and beat all the N64 games. I have them in my top right, I have my counter. No, it's not good. I expect better of my performance. I assume you a Banjo fan, Rival? BK is a game everybody must play and beat, I say. Yeah, it's like, so I remember it being like a big part of my childhood, but replaying it again, I realized I haven't beat any of this game. Like, I played, when I was a kid, I only played like the first 3 levels. Ooh, okay, so water is evaporated. What do you prefer? Do you prefer Banjo-Kazooie, or do you prefer, Banjo-Tooie? Ooh, okay, I can't get up there. I need to go back in a different seat. Played this when I was 8 at 98. Good times. Yeah, I think I was like... I must have been like 6 or 7 or something when I played this. But yeah, I always thought like I was like... Because I remember playing this game a lot. So I always thought I was like very far in this game or would beat this game. But I realize now that I am just I was a dumb kid. And I only got to Clanko's Cavern. I don't remember anything past Clanko's Cavern. It must have been too hard for me. I remember more of Banjo-Tooie, surprisingly. I don't know why, but like... Banjo-Tooie I also didn't beat, but I remember getting to like Jolly Roger's Bay or something. Maybe I was... As a kid, I just couldn't beat water levels. I don't know why. Playing Banjo-Tooie game when it arrived on NSO. Yeah, I think there's some design choices that don't hold up as well. I like... So, Banjo-Tooie is obviously gonna be on my list of games to play during my quest. During my quest to beat all N64 games. But yeah, I mean, I remember Banjo-Tooie fondly. Because, like, as a kid, the scope of the game seemed so, like, amazing to me. But from what I've heard of the game, people are saying, like, hey, it was greater scope, but it was just more tedious because of the backtracking. Witchy World does have the best minigame, but you really have to backtrack a lot of them. Yeah, Witchy Wood I definitely remember, because again, it's been a good, like, 20 years since I played this game, Banjo-Tooie, but Witchy Wood I definitely remember. Of being just a very well-designed level, because of, like, the central hub and all the themes. But yeah, all the other ones, I remember being, like, difficult to solve just because of the level of backtracking. But I have good memories of Banjo-Tooie as well. But I do really side with those who say Banjo-Tooie is tedious. Speaking as a game creator, oh, you create games? It's kind of sick. Yeah, well, replaying Banjo-Kazooie has made me realize just how tight the levels were. It really is like the example of less is more, especially in game design, of the levels being so tight and compact. Actually create a really like nice game experience. If I make stuff on Godot. Oh, nice. I'm a programmer, but not like a game programmer. But I do really like talking about game design and game programming. Tristan loves Godot. I still have to do... Oh, don't fall. Yeah, Banjo-Kazooie's levels compact and flow better. When comparing Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie, it is like... I think it's like just a good example for game design of how less can be more. I still think of, I still, want to eventually do, like, a Godot stream or something. A Godot learning stream. Oh, no! I program in C# as well. Do you do, Unreal? Rival? Dude, why did my stuff get all messed up? Windows got all messed up. Okay. I did it on Unreal for a while, but it's a bit of a resource hog. Whatever happened to, cause like Godot was in the spotlight during the Unity fiasco, right? Of a lot of people switching over. Do either of you guys know what kind of happened with that? Did Godot actually like gain a lot of popularity during that time? Did that hold, or did people like kind of go back to Unity? I can never run my game consistently on Unreal. You need a beefy computer to run it. Yeah, because like the big debate of like what I want to do is like either do a Godot learning stream or an Unreal learning stream. No. God damn it. I'm gonna die, aren't I? I'm dead. Damn it. I think Godot did get a boost in popularity during the Unity debacle. The main thing I heard about Godot during that entire Unity thing was like a bunch of people were switching to it, right? A bunch of people switched to it and wanted the engine to kind of improve, but a lot of what I heard was like it wasn't quite there for like like a true like big game studio engine. But the hope was with all the eyes on it. Let me go to back to summer. Thought I broke that rock already. But yeah, the hope was with all the eyes on it that it could get there because there would be a lot more investment into the platform. It was kind of an awkward transition. It was right when Godot 4 came out and there's lots of open source smell and lack of polish that held people back. They did put Godot up there as popular choices for indies, but I think the biggest thing was Godot 4 coming out. I discovered Godot shortly before Godot 4, since I saw X Zodiac, a Stofax game was made with it. X Zodiac? Never heard of it. Maybe I should look it up. 5 caterpillars. I need 5 caterpillars. I'm interested in 2D games and Saigo. Yeah, Godot definitely does 2D better. Tristan, you said they were getting better at 3D, right? Last time we talked about Godot. But yeah, no, it's cool you're a game dev. I do love chatting with retro game levels and game design enthusiasts. Okay, let's break this and then go back. Here's the... However, if you want it, here's like the Discord and socials. I have more game devs in the community. But yeah, regardless, hope you drop a follow and stop by again sometime. Godot is built for you to use as much or a little as you want, so it still counts in my opinion. Yeah, do you know if Unity, like, recovered? Are people still mad at it? Or was it, because a lot of controversies on the internet, right? They were a big deal for a little bit, and then they end up not being. You know, people have short memories. Because, like, you know, the talk at the time, right, of that whole controversy was what's it called? People were like, we cannot trust Unity as a platform to build games on. But yeah, Unity has a big library of community tools. And also just like, you know, the investments to switch platforms for a game studio is like, it must be huge, right? Because it's like pretty much just building a new skill set for your staff, right? And also the assets that you had built before just no longer work. Every time I try to use Unity, it's temporary missing feature where I want to use. Yeah, there was something where, like, on Reddit, on like the Unity Reddit, I remember seeing people got mad because, like, there was like a bunch of layoffs at Unity, and Unity laid off a team for a feature that people really liked. Like, oh God, I'm trying to remember what the feature was. But it was like a feature that people really, really liked. And people were pissed because they're like, they laid off the team that was doing that, like, one of the non-garbage features of Unity. And that was the one they decided to, like, you know, fudge up or remove out of all the... What do you think of the vibe coding of game development? Oh, no, 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 no. Because obviously, like, vibe coding is like a big Twitter thing, right? well, I guess a big industry thing in general, but I noticed on Twitter that people were using games as example for vibe coding stuff a lot more. Maybe it's because it's more catchy to see for like most regular people. They hired a team to make a game in Unity to try to find flaws in production that was wasting time and money for students, and they shut the project down because it was wasting too much time and money because of the Is that a meme? That sounds like a meme. That sounds like a meme. The real thing that happened. They found that the thing had a fundamental issue. For vibe coding, TBH, you'll have much more success in game if you get your CS degree. Archcraft vibe coding is probably not a bad start, but I don't know how far it gets you as far as systems and game design goes. Yeah, I think regardless, right? You know, AI coding is going to be just a very similar thing to like, IDE coding, right? Of like, you know, like, you know, when IDEs and stuff like that made coding easier. Too hot for magic? What the fuck? I can't turn in the bee in the summer? Okay. But it's gonna be very, very similar to, it's going to be very similar to, like, you know, coding with IDEs, right? It's a productivity gain tool, but it doesn't take away from just having to know fundamentals of architecture and design, you know? It's something that, like, where it increases efficiency, similar to, like, you know, where, like, having nice tooling increases efficiency. AI coding is bad at big picture stuff. If you're bad at big picture, AI or not, game dev won't be for you. I see a lot of app devs making vibe code. Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's similar to, like, Stack Exchange, right? Of, like, programming is a lot easier because Stack Exchange exists. Same thing with what vibe coding will be in the future. Why am I so bad at this game? It's gonna be something that's, like, fundamental to people's workflows. But it doesn't get around having to solution, right? Yeah, had I app development, I can see being vibe coded TBH. It's uncommon to have to come up with new solutions. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of along the lines of, like, let's put it this way, right? There'll be different ways to get a competitive advantage than, like, the hard coding aspect of something, right? Because, like, maybe this is a bad example, like Bootstrap, like the UI library, right? Made doing certain, like, generic kind of looking UIs easy, right? So those UIs would have been popular a few years ago, right? Before that library came out, they would have been impressive. They were no longer impressive once that library came out because everybody could do it. It's the same thing of, like, there'll be a general level. No, don't fall off. There'll be a general level, right? But competitive advantage is always what you can do with whatever tool set or whatever templates that you have that people aren't doing, right? So it's about finding that competitive advantage. And what that's going to look like, who knows, but... That's why there's a new tool chain every 3 years, yeah. I make that jump? I think I can. I think I can. This game be heard, man. Fuck, how do I... How do I get that? Do I just have to Geronimo on this? The platforming of the summer pod is actually kind of tough. I'm not gonna lie. My creative app ideas, not the tools themselves. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, but it'll be an interesting few years of... It'll be an interesting few years of software development. I mean, though honestly, Otis, so like, who you really feel bad for with all this AI stuff, right? It's pretty much whenever a new, let's see what's up this way. I've considered learning iOS just for fun. I mean, it's something that's interests you. It's not like, you know, bad to have. Just having touched like different areas. No. Gosh. God. Yeah, I have the 5 caterpillars. I need to not die. Yeah, I'm going to look for honeycomb. I'm gonna kill myself. Like, unironically. If I die while I have the 5 caterpillars, I'm gonna goddamn blow a gasket all over my gasket. I need the honeycombs. I need them so bad. Oh yeah, I should have just invincibled when I remember. Any more honeycombs? There's more honeycombs somewhere, right? I need lives, I need honeycombs. My experience with all dev is the hardest part is learning to navigate boilerplate IDE. That's not entirely true. Finding a glove that doesn't suck ass is hard. That's true, I mean, depending on what ecosystem you're in, no matter what library you pick, it's gonna be replaced in a few years. Like, I was very into, like, React and Redux when I was into front-end web development. Like, this was years ago. This was probably bordering on like 4 or 5 years ago. And at the time, like, Redux was like the popular thing, and having a React app with Redux was the thing. But I recently like saw a post recommend me in like the JavaScript subreddit, and it was like, hey, does anybody really use Redux anymore? And they're like, no. And I mean, I don't keep up with JavaScript too much anymore. But I was like just surprised. I was like, oh, it already fell out of of favor? That was quick. Continue your thought. On what topic? If I get distracted, I do not remember what I'm talking about. I've never been interested in front-end solely because JavaScript is a nightmare. Well, you would be correct in that statement. We gotta kill everybody here? Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. What you guys got? How long does this go for? Is the solution gonna cost an absurd amount of money? Does it use a bizarre IP word? Can it exist 5 years? You cannot have all of these, yeah. You cannot have all of these. Again, but a thing I like to... There was like, there was like some article that I read that really put technology in perspective for me. Of like, it was like in like the 2015s or something like that. It was like, hey, look at all the top, why don't you take a look at all the top companies in 20 years, in the year 2000? What were they? And there was stuff like Cisco, IBM, things like that. It's like, if you compare that landscape to the landscape now, it's completely different. And 20 years from now, it's not unusual to expect the exact same thing to happen. Everything that's big now will not be big then. You were saying it'd be good to have just touched different areas. Well, yeah, and that's something I believe as like, as, you know, obviously, there's lots of different like models of learning, right? But like, you know, one that I think is the most fruitful is like that T-shaped model, right? Of like, you have your specialty, which is like the T of the T, but you also have that strong base of having knowledge across a lot of different areas. Because that does influence, how you look at problems, right? If it's more from one perspective or not. Because for me, like, I hate front-end dev. I extremely hate it. I did a stint where I was like, for a startup, I did some React, right? For the front-end dev, and I hated it. Oh my god! Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. So I know I would never want to do that as a career, but it was very, very good to have done that. Just from the understanding I gained from what's important for front-end dev, what kind of problems you run into, and it's just in general just very helpful for when you're talking to someone who is doing the front-end piece of the project, right? To understand things from their perspective. Dude, I was so high up, and I fudged it up. I fudged it up with my butt. I think it's worth it if you're looking to... For app dev, I feel like consideration doesn't go past more than a couple of either popular or not within 6 months. App devs are crazy. I think it's worth it if you're just looking for passive income for a year or something. Well, yeah, I mean, like, app dev is crazy competitive. I mean, you know, to be honest, like, if you're talking about products just in general, right? Like, no, not even products, businesses just in general. Just like 90% of businesses fail, right? So I do think it, like, just applies to everything. You just see more of app dev because, like, for app dev, it's a lot. There can be a lot more people who easily start up something. Because there's less barrier to entry, right? A barrier to entry if you wanted to make a restaurant was like, hey, you need a physical space, you need to sign a lease and stuff like that. But I do think just in general, right, that statement of like, of apps failing is pretty common just because businesses fail in general, and then apps over, like, there's just a lot of app dev that does fail because it's a lot, there's a lot less barrier to entry. Even if your app makes a few grand per month, you're good. Yeah, but I mean, there's a combination of factors for it to be successful though, right? Because, again, there's a lot of apps in the marketplace. And it's a combination of, you know, luck, marketing, product fit. What do I gotta do with this guy? And my context is kind of more building things for my company or long term. I know my dumbass is gonna end up being long-term supported for anything I build, and I don't wanna. A few grand per month is really good profit, yeah. It's like, yeah, it's like, fuck! I forgot about that again! I want to kill myself with my butt. I'm milking a bit, but if it gets enough attention to make a few grand monthly, then even if it dies within a few quarters, it's still a pretty decent grab, yeah. But that's like, you know, luck and gambling a little bit, you know? Because it's like, you know, it's got to be right time, it's got to catch the right attention, it's got to... And, you know, as with, like, a lot of just business ventures in general, right? Success is a narrow funnel at the top of, like, you know, a few grand a month is probably like 0.001% of the apps ever made, right? Like, it's similar to, like, Twitch streaming of, like, you know, if you get, like, 100 viewers, right, you're in the top 0.01% of streamers, right? It's, like, a very, very luck-dependent thing as well. Alright. I did what I could. This level is very hard. I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna do a little bit of switch over, some self-raid to the co-working channel. I'm gonna co-work for a bit. I played games for a bit longer than I thought, because that level is... Oh, I thought I was gonna beat it in like 40 minutes or something. But yeah, let's do a little bit. Let's do a little. Let's do a little self raid to the coding channel. We'll do some. Oh, let's raid coding garage. I don't know who that is, but maybe he's the #1 coworker. Gosh. I think it depends on your reach. Some of these devs just warm up with influencers spend hundreds of thousands on marketing and distribution. By the way, I don't want to discourage you. I'm just very jaded. It was very, but I mean, I would say like app development, right? No different from being from Twitch streaming, right? Or anything that's like, there's an element of high congestion with an industry, to which there's like an element of skill and luck to success, right? But a lot of it is luck. But regardless, right? I think like doing an app, doing a startup, doing things like that, are just very good in general for your skill set. Because launching something will give you a lot of visibility into things that you never will get visibility into if you do a traditional career path until years later in your career. So launching something start to finish is at least trying it once, I think, is also a very important thing to attempt. But this sounds like more like coding garage talk. So let's self-raid to the coding channel. I'll see you guys in a bit.